No excuses anymore. They lost against Congo Democratic, and you know what most of us had to say and what Nigerians had to say about it before they won against Cameroon. Against Cameroon, I felt that we knew the intention, we knew the kind of football philosophy that he wants to play. We knew that he wants to be able to be flexible with formations and all. Okay. So against Swaziland, even if, as I said, we have a very poor away record, I feel that the philosophy should continue. I feel that we should see something different from what we saw from Samson Siasia and what's the name of Stephen Keshi. We should see something different. We should know that, this is a football philosophy that Nigeria wants to be playing. Okay. Don't forget, after this game against Swaziland, the next big game that we'll be looking at is against Egypt. So we need to get everything right before Egypt.
From this point. Okay. All right. Let's move on, guys, and talk about the next big thing. And, it doesn't get better than the Dream Team 6. That's the national under-23 team. And, of course, we're talking about the CAF Under-23 Championship. And the news is that Coach Samson Siasia, I was careful not to pronounce the wrong name. Coach Samson Siasia, I got it right, has invited 26 players to camp. I mean, Julian, what can you say about the preparation so far? A lot has to be invested in this because if by chance you miss it with the Super Eagles, I mean, this is the next big thing, and if everything works. Okay, Julian, let me allow you quickly run through the names that you have on screen. Players are invited to camp.
Well, we actually have Imane Daniels, goalkeeper Yusuf Mohamed, we have Imane Iwu, Shego Dudua, we have Ehun Ebano, Ogene Tebo, there's Daniel Eto, who got a red card over the weekend against Warriors.
And it must be emphasized that all these players are based here in Nigeria.
They're based in Nigeria, 26 of them are home-based players, and the other guys are still there. That's Godwin Aguda, Usman Mohamed, Indi Freke Young, there's Chukwemeka Iroha, Stanley Dingba from Warriors, Kingsley Shukari from Enyimba, and those guys are amazing players. 9 players were dropped because there were 35 players based in Nigeria who were called up. The others are Godspower F. Young, Prince Agri from Sunshine Stars, Baturi Yaro from Nasarawa United, Zaradin Bellu, who doesn't know him at the Under-17 World Cup some 2 years ago, Amefola Chizoba, Shiun Olulayo, and Tiongoli Tombara from Bayelsa United. So these guys, amazing players. Kufre Bong is there, Abubakar Aliyu, Anazimba Uzube from Enyimba, Daniel Emerson, and also Adebayo Ajadi. So 9 players were dropped. The high-profile name that was left out was Christian Piagbara, who played for Sharks. He scored over the weekend to ensure Sharks might likely stay afloat in the NPFL. So he has really been in and out of the team, but he's a decent player. And Siasia said the 9 players that were dropped, weren't good enough. So I believe the 26 that were picked, perhaps we had proven
26 is an overkill. Let me just put it to you straight. It's 26 and overkill. I mean, you're still going to, if you get a chance, maybe some foreign pros might.
Exactly.
So it's 26 and overkill.
I think 26 might be too much, but I'm still sure he's still going to, prone it down because with the foreign-based players, because he's not sure how many of the foreign-based players are going to come. There are no guarantees. City already giving Siasia the ultimatum of if you can't guarantee us that you're going to play him, we are not going to release you to him because we do not want what happened with Manu Gaba. That's the World Cup in New Zealand. So I think it's a good squad, good enough to prosecute the tournament. And I like the fact that he has been able to bring in some few guys because he wasn't particularly happy with the squad that went for the All African Games because we were wasteful in front of goals. So bringing in new players, I think it's just the best way to go. Egypt, Algeria, Mali, these guys are all tough teams, and there are a lot of controversies and issues happening around Samson Siasia. I just hope all of that will not be a distraction at this point because we have to qualify. The Falcons won't be in Rio next year. They went there in 2012. We were not there, in 2012 as well. So it will not really make a lot of sense if back-to-back Olympics are Falcons and Dream Team 6 are not there.
And being a former champion as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's step down a little and talk about Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's give you details about the rescheduled game tomorrow. Sunshine Stars in the news in the past weeks for not too good reasons, but of course tomorrow. Okay, let me allow customers run through the details that you have on screen about the game involving Sunshine and Lobby. 1-0 when the match was disrupted, but that's the match details for you.
Yeah, the game will be played at the FIFA Go project in Abuja, and it will be played for just 13 minutes. Now, Sunshine.
And the scoreline.
And the scoreline.
That's emphasis on that.
The scoreline is still 1-0 to nothing. And
to Lobby.
to Lobby Stars.
The score before the game was disrupted. Okay,
exactly. So that's going to be to Lobby Stars. It's going to be played at the FIFA Go Project tomorrow for 13 minutes.
This is the previous encounter, the game that led
to the controversies.
Yes, that's the previous encounter.
That was the previous encounter.
Sunshine and Lobby. It was a good game.
It was actually a very interesting game.
Up till about the 77th minute before incidents. Crowd at the second time the crowd.
I think if you look at this game, the outcome of this game might likely determine the fate of the two teams.
Exactly.
Lobby Stars are in 13th position; they have 46 points. They want to avoid relegation because from the team in 13th position to the team is 17th, just 2 points.
Anybody can get dragged down.
If they win, they have 49 points, knowing fully well that their last game is on the road, so they have to win this game. And for Sunshine Stars, they have 59 points. They want to qualify for the continent. And the team, in third position, that's Giwa FC, have 63 points. So I don't know how they want to score 2 goals in the space of 13 minutes. If he was at the Teslim Balogun Stadium right in Lagos, remember the last time they beat Rangers 5-1, perhaps they would have come back from 1 goal down to win 2. So they have 13 minutes plus stoppage time to score 2 goals because they have to turn this game around. And I'm very sure that Lobby Stars, it's the game of their life. They will defend for they know if we defend for 13 minutes, they are guaranteed 3 points and an away victory because they've had just 1 away victory all season. So the two teams know what is at stake, and I'll just keep my fingers crossed to just see, a mind-blowing 13 minutes of football.
And for 13 minutes, we're going to see football at its best. Now, football at its best in the sense that Sunshine would have to play for their life. They know that they're going to be playing against Enyimba in the last game, and they want to make sure that they win this one. They want to qualify for the continent, and Lobby Stars don't want to get the drop.
And so it's easier to win this one than to go expect to pick 3 points.
Expect to pick 3 points away. That's for Lobby Stars.
It's actually more difficult to win this one because they have just 13 minutes.
Just 13 minutes.
But against Enyimba, they have the whole 90 minutes.
No, I mean
to
the
win.
circumstances.
The both teams. The both teams. For me, Lobby Stars want to make sure that they hold on. So that they will be able to, because there's no guarantee that they'll be able to win the away game. But then Sunshine side would know that they're playing against the Enyimba, and the Enyimba side that probably doesn't want to play well.
And these pictures showing us the moments before everything just turned ugly, and players had to walk off the pitch and all that.
I mean, I just hope this does not happen tomorrow because for Lobby Stars, their last game is against Aqua United.
No, it's not going to happen.
Aqua also want to avoid the drop, and you see those two teams are going to play the Federations Cup final.
Aqua United is already safe. I think
Aqua United are in 17th position and they have 44 points. So I think it's going to be it's a very difficult game. Okay. And incidentally, those two teams are playing the Federations Cup final. So I think it's everything to play for, and they'll just go out there and cancel each other out.
Okay, all right. So, all right, and let's, a bit of entertainment now. Let's talk wrestling a little. Cosmos, before you came on in, we're talking about Wayne Rooney. You were comparing him to what Lewis Hamilton did in Mexico. I mean, some piece of entertainment. But what's with Rooney in this one?
Honestly, last week we saw Hamilton doing the thing, doing some
Rooney sat down close to Michael Carrick, and everything looked peaceful.
Everything looked peaceful, and the next thing, the guy came down. This actually happened yesterday. It was a Raw event for WWE in Manchester, and came down, and then Rooney slapped him, and it felt like he had a punch or something. Rooney was actually looking cool. Really wasn't particularly looking angry. There's a friend of mine that will actually analyze this, but then I think it's part of the entertainment.
I think it's all for the cameras, Julian.
Of course.
It's part of.
I think it was a very good event. Yes, just like Cosmos said, Raw actually came to Manchester, Old Trafford to be precise, and that's the home.
And they attracted the big guns.
The big guns, Michael Carrick, the number 2 to LVG was there. That's Giggs and also Darren Fletcher. But I know Wade Barrett is a pressing North End fan, and last year at the FA Cup, game, Rooney he accused Rooney of diving to win a penalty, and the penalty was awarded, and United went on to win that game. Apparently, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, I mean, can you really imagine Rooney talking to this guy?
It was a very funny incident.
Rooney talking to this guy. Okay, Rooney is a former boxer.
He even made mention of the issue with Phil Bartley. I mean, I said,
Yeah.
Bryce sent a tweet after the game.
You need to look that up. You need to look at it. If you want to have
This looks serious. The
Yeah.
one with Hamilton in Mexico looked he was playing, he was actually laughing, but this looks serious. But then I think it's all for the camera.
it's
I
all
don't
the
think
same.
there's anything
It's all the
important
same.
there.
But I wanted to say, if you want to have a good laugh, you want to sleep well, I mean, you need to go and say that again and laugh yourself off.
Honestly.
But it's all for the cameras anyway. All right, that's the much we can do on the show tonight. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything that we have put out for you. Join us again tomorrow when we have more time on our hands for Sports Tonight. Till then, I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.